to those places and get those type of interviews.
Right.
Go to Lester Holt. Go to Nora O'Donnell. Go to I'm not Mike Wallace, rest his soul. I'm not Ed Bradley, rest his soul. Or Dan Rather or Walter Cronkite, rest their soul. Tom Brokaw. That's not who I am.
Right.
So if you want those type of interviews, you need to go to places that have those type of interviews.
Right.
Now, the problem is, Katt Williams was my 102nd interview conversation on Club Shay Shay. He was the 102nd. Nobody said anything. Oh, but Shannon, you left this on the bone. I've had Magic Johnson. I've had Steve Harvey. I've had Michael Blackson. I've had Cedric the Entertainer. I've had DC Youngfly. I've had a lot of people. Yeah, nobody said anything about pushback and follow-up questions until I got Katt Williams on.
Yeah.
Well, so right after this interview, a lot of debate about whether... Well, so right after this interview, a lot of conversations about Katt Williams and Shannon, who was the one that conducted this interview, have sparked up on social media. According to what some fans are saying, Katt really said so much, and looks like the fans apparently were wishing that Shannon apparently would conduct the interview to suit the audience's target, but he looked aloof and sat and watched Katt Williams spit out and attack certain personalities. Now, some have described the interview, and especially him, as unprofessional. These are some of the thought and comments by, some fans who apparently have taken to social media to also watch some bits and pieces of the video and urge their opinion about it. Now, ask me, and I would say this is one of the biggest interviews so far. In fact, it's clocked about 33 million viewers already. That is a huge thing. I mean, in just 24 hours, it had reached about 11 million. And in 2 days, it got about approximately about 20 million already. In 4 days, it is reaching 33 million. Now, unfortunately for Shannon, he's really under strict scrutiny by some fans who apparently also have some sharp teeth and are roasting him on social media, claiming that what he allowed Katt Williams do on his platform was very uncalled for. Like, it was actually very, very disrespectful, quote unquote. That is what some fans who apparently have taken to social media to say. Now, speaking about what Katt Williams said, in fact, he mentioned and spoke about big personalities, including the likes of the late Michael Jackson. He also spoke about, Kevin Hart. Then he spoke about, Steve Harvey, and major people. Now, this interview is one of the best. I mean, I've said it. Now, he said something I think I liked so much. He says, in Hollywood, we don't boo, comedians enough, and that is how come the comedians apparently have churned out the likes of Michael Blackson. Now, in other words, he was trying to say Michael Blackson is not funny, and the comedy industry has become very cheap to the extent that we don't boo, they don't boo, comedians enough as to know for them to know how poor their comic relief really is. Basically, for the fans who are there to watch them. Now, he went on to say again that, Michael Blackson is American, African, black American, but he's apparently gone to stay in the U.S. and has begun his career as, a comedian. However, he's forgetting that he is, has his trait in Africa. And dude, since day one, has been faking his accent since. And so Katt Williams, wants to remind Michael Blackson where he comes from. And he goes on to say that he was the one that apparently brought the initiative that Michael Blackson should apparently build a school in his village. Well, guys, you also would not, appreciate exactly what, Michael Blackson also had. In fact, he has been talking and also slamming, Katt Williams about this. Now, let's just move on away from, Michael Blackson. Now, going on Kevin Hart, Katt Williams says that Kevin Hart apparently, his career is more or less like jeopardized. It's just in wobble. And everything about Kevin Williams is very shady. Now, Kevin Hart also responded, and in fact, all the people that, Katt Williams spoke about really were not happy about what they said. major people were just not unhappy with what Katt Williams said, and I think that's the reason why people are slamming Shannon about this interview and saying that he is unprofessional. But he has says that this interview apparently was supposed to have been recorded in 2020, and the opportunity was not there. And at the appropriate time, when Katt Williams apparently reached out to him, he said, "Yo, bro, I'm ready for you." And there was nothing planned about which people they were going to speak about, which personalities they were going to quote unquote attack or something like that. And so disregard the rumors about he, trying to stage some kind of a rift between two parties, especially with Katt Williams and other the personalities that he mentioned on his platform. And it's quite unfortunate that people do have a perception about him about this interview. He goes on to say that for his entire life, he's interviewed major personalities on his platform, and there hasn't been any super wild, explosive, views as compared to this recent one he had with Katt Williams. And so that should tell you that this message that Katt Williams brought to his platform carried so much power, and people were super hungry to know and to hear the truth. Now, I personally have watched or listened to the interview, and like it or not, this is one of the best interviews so far. Hollywood has been hit with the real truth that people have been trying so hard to roll under the carpet. Katt Williams just used one day to expose all the shady hypocrite, of celebrities, personalities in Hollywood who apparently have contributed nothing or less in the industry. And so, take it or leave it, Shannon said he's no hypocrite. He didn't plan anything. This interview was meant to happen. Take it or leave it. Well, you be the judge inside the comment section. Let us know what you think about it. Also, inside
until I
the
got
comment
Katt
section.
Williams. It wasn't until this thing took off like wildfire.
Yeah.
It is all across the internet.
And it is more so about not only the traction, but it's what he said and the controversy that is stirred up. So now everybody has questions, their truths, their facts.
We've been able.
That shit was awesome. That shit was awesome. I enjoyed it. Obviously, me knowing I know Cedric, I know Steve, I knew Bernie Mac back, when Mac was alive. Goddamn, I got some stories about Katt. I'm gonna tell you that a lot of people in the chat watching a lot of stuff that you probably didn't even know yourself. But we'll get to that later on when we get into it.
And look, I'm not saying we the best of friends, but I talked to Steve Harvey.
Right.
I got Steve Harvey's number in my phone.
Right.
I got Cedric's number in my phone. I got Kevin Hart's number in my phone.
Yeah.
Earthquake and we talk the most. I can sit, look, and I'm friendly, cordial. I've been to Kevin Hart's house, been through his house, met his wife, just saw him the other night at another function. Showed me his cars, had conversation with him.
Yeah.
We're friendly.
Yeah.
Earthquake and I met Earthquake about 6-7 years ago. We've been cool ever since. He called, sometimes Earthquake would just text me, brother, I just called to say I love you. Keep doing your thing. Shine king, shine black man. Stuff like that. Hey, I got this thing. I'm at this comedy. Hey, swing through if you get a chance to.
Right.
So he and I have a different type of relationship than the other guys.
Right.
But do I talk to Steve Harvey? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have he invited me to his farm in Atlanta? Yes. He invited me to his, I think it's Dubai. He has a golf tournament Thanksgiving. Hey, I want you to come. So I have a great relationship. So it's hard on me.
Yeah. I listen, I understand. I totally understand where you're coming from. But obviously, when truth is being told, you were just the moderator in between giving the individual the space to tell their truth. That's it.
Yes.
There's no hard feelings towards those that you already know, whether you know them personally or whether you just know them as associates. And I really enjoyed it in the fact that you give us a space to be able to tell our truth on your platform. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And there was no space for us to be able to do that.
Right.